So this is the fourth question which was asked by Nimi Maharaj. And these are the last few verses remaining where the Navyugendras, they are concluding their answer to fourth question asked by Nimi Maharaj. So fourth question which was asked was how even a foolish materialist can cross over material distance. And then in reply, we saw that first they spoke about what are the main traps of material energy. Then they spoke about how one has to take shelter of the spiritual master, Tasmat Guru Prapadyeta. Then he spoke about what are the qualities required on a part of a disciple to please the spiritual master. And then he highlighted how association of devotees is very conducive, very favorable, and is the only way for one to grow in his spiritual life. And then we were discussing now text number 33. Iti bhagavatam dharma shikshan bhaktya tatputtaya narayana paromayam kanjastarati dustaram. Thus, learning the science of devotional service and practically engaging in the devotional service of the Lord, the devotee comes to the stage of love of Godhead. And by complete devotion to the Lord Narayana, the devotee easily crosses over the illusory energy Maya, which is extremely difficult to cross. So this is in one way the concluding verse, where he's saying, thus following this, what he spoke till now, where he takes shelter of the spiritual master, he cultivates devotional qualities, and he practices very nicely in association of devotees. So then gradually he comes to a level where he develops love of Godhead, and then he is able to easily cross through the illusory energy Maya, which otherwise is very difficult to cross. This the path of bhakti is very special. At the same time, one has to know that what actually will help us to attract the mercy of the Lord. Because path of bhakti depends more on the mercy of the Lord, is a path of grace. So there are two things, terminology which you might have heard before also. One is sadhana, another is sadhya. So what do you mean by sadhana? Can anyone say? Process, right. So general definition of sadhana is any process, right? And any process to achieve sadhya. And what is sadhya?
Goal or result.
Yes, goal or result. Like suppose, our goal is that we want to make sweet rice. Then what is sadhana for making sweet rice? You have to collect milk, you have to collect sweet sugar, you have to have a gas burner, and you have to bring all together. Then follow the process, and eventually the end result which will come is sadhya, that is the sweet rice. So in one way, whatever sadhana we do is connected to sadhya. Sadhana will bring sadhya. But when it comes to bhakti, sadhana does not lead to sadhya. This is difference. Generally, sadhana leads to sadhya. Any process, we follow the process which is for achieving particular sadhya, and we get it. But very contradictory thing we see in bhakti, we do sadhana, but sadhana will not lead us to sadhya. And that is one big difference when it comes to bhakti. So meaning is what? Just because someone is doing sadhana, he cannot say that now I will have sadhya. Like in other processes. Like someone is following the process of making sweet rice or whatever. then he can know that soon I will have sadhya, because sadhana leads to sadhya. But when it comes to bhakti, sadhana does not lead to sadhya. So someone is doing sadhana and he cannot say that I will have sadhya. So sadhana is a way to attract mercy of Lord, and mercy of Lord will give sadhana. Whereas in other processes, it is not like that. Sadhana is directly related to sadhana. So in our case, if we see, actually most important is having the mercy of the Lord. When mercy of the Lord comes, then Krishna Prem will be awakened in our heart. Krishna Prem will be able to connect to. So that is why, although sadhana is there, but then sadhana does not lead to sadhya. This is a very important principle which one has to understand and learn. Many times we don't have proper understanding of bhakti, and that is why we may not be able to properly follow the process, or we may commit many mistakes also in the process. So sadhana is important, but we have to know it is a way to attract mercy of the Lord. And that mercy of the Lord, that will give rise to sadhya. So now, what is the most important thing in bhakti is now how to attract mercy of the Lord. So what is most important? Sadhana is most important, or attracting the mercy of the Lord is most important? After hearing
Attract mercy of
right. There may be examples and cases where someone has not done any sadhana, but he has attracted mercy of the Lord and he achieved sadhya. Right? So there one category is has not done any sadhana, but still he has achieved Krishna Prem. And there are examples where one has done lot of sadhana and has not achieved Krishna Prem. So again, this also proves that how sadhana will not give rise to sadhya. So what are the examples where someone has done sadhana, has not done any sadhana, but still he achieved Krishna Prem? Any examples?
That Brahmana come in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's when he was traveling to South India, who was crying by seeing the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. In his case, at least he was trying to read Bhagavad Gita. Any other example? See, like Putana.
Sabriji.
Sabri also did sadhana, no? But Putana, you see, in case of Putana, she never did any sadhana. In fact, she came with a desire to kill Krishna. And then we find that how Krishna took a revenge uh, by taking her life. But then, instead of actually just killing Putana, Krishna rewarded her. And she was sent to spiritual world. He has not done any sadhana, but he achieved Krishna Prem. Any other such example?
Avanti Brahman.
Avanti Brahman. In his case, he developed detachment, but then after detachment, he did sadhana.
Okay.
And then he got Krishna Prem. Any other example, like we hear of Amoga, he never did any sadhana. In fact, he offended the Lord, but because of his connection to Saram Bhattacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and touched him, and suddenly he got Krishna Prem. Right? Any other such example where he has not done any sadhana, but still he achieved Krishna Prem?
गुरु जी, ये कालिया नाग जो थे उन्होंने भी नृत्य किया था, और अगासुर और कुब्जा जो थी लेडी वो मथुरा में, उनका भी ऐसा उदाहरण होता है।
Ah, right. Very good. Ubja is one good. Another you told was Aghasur, no? Yes, Aghasur. Another example you told was
कालिया प्रभु, कालिया नाग।
in case of Amogha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy because of his connection to Sarvbhattacharya. In case of Kubja, Krishna gave direct mercy because he happened to serve Krishna. In case of Aghasur, Krishna gave mercy. Why? Because he gave some pleasure to the Gopas. Gopas got some nice pleasure by going inside. And then Kalia, he got mercy because of the wives of Kalia. So in most cases, you will find that Krishna's mercy comes because of a devotee of the Lord. This is a general phenomena which we will see, that Krishna's mercy, or we are able to attract Krishna because of mercy, or because of devotees of the Lord. So this is one thing which we see. Another thing is what will attract the mercy of the Lord is when one has a sincere, humble approach towards Krishna and his devotees. Now, like suppose if I ask all of you, there are two cases. One is there is a devotee who is doing very strong sadhana, getting up 2 o'clock in the morning, chanting 64 rounds, and reading 2 hours of Prabhupada book every day, doing all this. But he is little proud and is not uh, submissive to devotees. On the other hand, there is a sincere, struggling devotee. But is humble, is grateful, appreciate devotees, want to please devotees. So now, from Krishna point of view, if Lord sees these two categories, so how many of you feel that first one will be able to attract mercy of the Lord? All of you can raise hand. Those who feel first one will be able to attract the mercy of the Lord. He is chanting 64 rounds, getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. He is reading Prabhupada books 2 hours a day, and he is doing a lot of preaching. He is doing preaching in 5 colleges. In each college, 10 boys are coming for Utkarsha. He is very powerful speaker, very powerful presenter. And second one is a devotee who is little struggling, is trying his best. How many of you feel second devotee will get mercy of the Lord? He will be able to attract the attention of the Lord. Now you can raise hand. No, you can raise that hand. Huh? All right. So see, when we also see, this is not very difficult to understand, is it not? Even in front of us also, when we find these two categories, our heart will melt more with the second category than the first one, is it not? Right? In our life also we see when there is a devotee who may be struggling, but he's sincere, he's trying his best, but he's humble, grateful, appreciating devotees. So you will find you, even if you don't want, still you will give mercy to him. Even if you don't want, still prayers will flow in your heart for him, like that. And that is why mercy does not come where we keep asking for mercy. Sometimes devotees they have this nature, please give me mercy, give me mercy. So why this mercy does not come? But by what mercy comes when we are sincere, humble servant, and we are trying to be sincere, humble servant. So you will find when we are trying for this, even if we don't want, still it will happen. Whereas you see, if we have some cunning nature, if you have some duplicitous nature, if you are adamant, if you are independent, uh, if you are not understanding this principle that I need mercy in my life, I need to please Krishna, then what will happen is we will not be able to attract mercy of the Lord. We have to know actually the purpose of sadhana is to attract mercy of the Lord. So we have to do sadhana also in a way so that we can attract mercy of the Lord. When we hear such statements like once one devotee was doing Nirjal fasting on Ekadasi, and His Holiness Raghunath Swami Maharaj told, oh, he is fasting from grains, but his ego is feasting. And then Maharaj told him that better you eat grains and be humble, and you will make much more progress by this than doing Nirjal fasting on Ekadasi. Can you imagine? Another time, once what happened, there is one devotee who would get up every day in the morning, and he had a track record that he was not late for a single morning program. So once what happened, he was tired and he slept late because of some reason. So next day morning, 4 o'clock when alarm rang, he could not hear the alarm. So Maya Devi came in a dream, and Maya Devi told him, "Arey, get up, you will become soon late." So he got up and then he quickly took bath and all and came on time for morning program. But then he was thinking that, Arey, Maya Devi is supposed to take me away from Krishna, but how come Maya Devi came in my case to help me? So then he started thinking like this, and then Maya Devi came. So he asked Maya Devi that, Arey, how come you came to wake me up in the morning so that I can be on time for morning program? I heard you are supposed to create troubles so that we go away from Krishna. So Maya Devi told him that if today you would have become late for morning program, then that would have brought some humility in you. And by that you would have made lot of spiritual progress. So in order to avoid your spiritual progress, I made sure you get up on time and you attend morning program so that you maintain this pride that I never become late for morning program. So when we hear all this, what does it signify? What should be our mood while doing sadhana? Can anyone say?
Sincere, humble.
Yeah, that too I already wrote also. Anything more? When we are able to
Guruji,
do good sadhana, what should be our mood?
Guruji, while we are doing sadhana, we should make sure that it is not increasing our false ego and pride and all this.
Yeah, so what to do so that it does not happen?
We can pray to Lord like and Prabhupada, like whatever we are doing. So that is for your pleasure. It should not bring any pride for us.
Having view of shortcomings.
First is we have to know, we should have this understanding. Sadhana alone cannot attract mercy of the Lord. We should not become proud just because I am able to do sadhana. First is this. Second is we should know purpose of sadhana is to please Krishna and attract his mercy. So when we understand these two, then we understand that humble service attitude behind sadhana is more important. Another is whatever sadhana also which we are able to do, we should not forget that also is because of mercy of Lord and devotees. The same devotee may be chanting 16 rounds, doing good sadhana, but if he becomes little offensive, you'll find same devotee will have a struggle to chant even one round also. Will not be able to follow basic things in spiritual life. So first we should know sadhana alone cannot attract mercy of the Lord. Purpose of sadhana is to attract mercy. And whatever I am able to do, that also is by the mercy of the Lord. If tomorrow Krishna withdraws the mercy, I'll not be able to do. I'll not be able to do basic things in my spiritual life. And what will attract mercy of the Lord? When sadhana is accompanied by the humble service attitude. So, see, generally what happens in our training, we give more focus on sadhana. That get up early in the morning, read, hear, chant, which is very important for new devotees. But then once the devotees, they come to a level where they are able to do this, then second aspect also has to be very much highlighted. That is having a mood while doing sadhana, which can please and attract mercy of the Lord. So that is why now we are focusing and discussing more on the second aspect of sadhana, which is having a humble service attitude. So having a prayerful attitude. Why? Because we are helpless and dependent on the Lord. We cannot do anything. Even materially, we cannot do anything. When creation happens, all the elements of our body, they have their controlling deities. And practically, we are helpless. Till that time Krishna wants, we can speak, we can see, we can walk. Otherwise, we don't have anything of ours. So when a devotee has this humble service and prayerful attitude, prayerful and grateful attitude, these are four main things when it comes to attitude. So then this actually starts giving pleasure to Krishna. This starts attracting mercy of the Lord. When a devotee prays, my dear Lord, I am not qualified, but it's all your mercy that you are giving me opportunity to chant holy names of the Lord. You are giving me opportunity to be with devotees. You are giving me opportunity to render some service for your pleasure. So many lives I have lived in the material world, but unfortunately, because of my own selfish desire to enjoy, I never got this opportunity to chant your holy names, to associate with devotees, to render some service to you. So we should thank Lord first. And then we should try our best that, my dear Lord, in this life, I want to please you. I want to do something for your pleasure. So please give me strength. And then we should have a sincere attempt. So when our Lord sees he is humble and very sincere, he's trying his best, although his health is not good, still he's trying to get up in the morning. He's praying, my dear Lord, how unfortunate I am. My health is not good. I'm not able to properly get up and attend your Mangal Aarti. Please give me strength. And he is struggling and going. Although he may become late some minutes for the morning program, but he will attract more mercy of the Lord because he is sincerely trying his best. Although his mind may be struggling, going here and there, he's praying, my dear Lord, only your mercy can help me. And he's trying his best to bring his mind to hear the holy name of the Lord. He's taking out his time to read, hear, chant. He's trying his best to please devotee. He's trying his best to follow a devotee. So all this helps a lot. Now for all of us, one practical aspect of all this is that we should do sadhana also under some devotee. So we should do whatever sadhana also we do under the guidance of some devotee. So that we have this humble service attitude and mood, and so that we remain humble because when we submit to someone, especially a devotee of the Lord, then that helps to create very divine qualities in our heart, the qualities of submission, the qualities of following, the qualities of humble, the qualities of servant, like that. His Grace Devinanand was telling, if we don't have respect for our superiors, then that becomes a block for us to become a servant. Because then we don't value master. And when we don't value master, then how we can become servant? So having respect for superiors and trying to follow them is an aspect for us to develop our service attitude. So this will help us to attract the mercy of the Lord. Now, in this also, one more aspect is which will help us to attract the mercy of the Lord. So that comes in, just give me 1 minute. One beautiful song. This particular song is a Lalasa Mai prayer by Narottam Das Thakur. Gauranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Sharira. So this Lalasa Mai prayer he is writing. So this also is a very important aspect in our bhakti to attract the mercy of the Lord. So we discussed till now these points which will help us to attract mercy of the Lord. Now another important aspect is Lalasa. Lalasa means strong desire. So why Lalasa? When a devotee understands that actually I'm so helpless, I'm so much dependent on mercy of the Lord, then he expresses his Lalasa that, my dear Lord, without you, I have no other shelter. So my dear Lord, please give me more shelter. And when a devotee expresses this strong desire by a sincere attempt to have mercy of the Lord, so this pleases Krishna. So whatever problems we face in our spiritual life is mainly because of lack of desire. If we don't have this lalasa, if we don't have this strong desire, then what happens is whatever we do in bhakti, that becomes an external show. Whatever we do in bhakti, eventually it becomes mechanical. if we don't have this desire. It becomes a external show. Or it becomes mechanical. Why? Because our sadhana is not having this important ingredient of lalasa. Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, when he is talking about sadhana bhakti, so there he says sadhana bhakti, in that we have to add one catalyst which will help us to come to Raghunaga bhakti, and that catalyst is lalasa. Lolyam ekmatra bodham. So there also he talks about lalasa, that having this desire that Krishna, I want you. Krishna, so many relationships I had in my life, but now I want to have a relationship with you. I want to revive my relationship with you. So this is also plays a very important role, that having a lalasha, having a strong desire that Krishna, I want you. And one time Prabhupada had, one disciple had asked Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, why again and again Maya troubles me and takes me like this? So Prabhupada answered, because you don't have a strong desire. So because we don't have this strong desire, that's why we see material things, they become more prominent in our life, because we have strong desire for them. And spiritual life goes in the background because we don't have strong desire for spiritual life. You see anything when it comes to eating, wherever, however, we'll try our best and we'll make it happen. Is it not? But many times devotees will say, Prabhu, मेरा book reading उतना नहीं हो पाता है, time नहीं मिलता है. But ever we heard a devotee saying, Prabhu, पता नहीं eating के लिए time नहीं मिलता है, मैं भूल जाता हूँ eating करना. No one will say. Neither a devotee will say, Prabhu, क्या करूँ, नींद पूरा नहीं हो रहा है, time नहीं मिल रहा है नींद के लिए. Why? Because we have strong desire for them. We'll take out time for them. Is it not? So this strong desire is also very important. So one of the aspect how to know someone has a strong desire. Very first thing is that he will take out quality time. See, any relationship, now in our case, we are trying to reconnect to Krishna. Now in any relationship, like you will find when a boy engagement happens with some girl, and suppose now after a month a marriage is supposed to be. So you'll find the moment marriage is fixed, this boy and girl, they'll start talking for hours together. Correct? On phone, they'll be keep talking. Why? Because they have to give quality time to have that relationship. So any relationship, if you want to strike with anyone, then first aspect is giving a quality time. Even the devotees with whom we have some relationship, so you'll find because there was investment of quality time in that relationship. Same way, if you want to connect to Krishna, then we have to have quality time for Krishna. Is it not? So somebody, if he has a strong desire to have Krishna, then he will take out quality time to chant his holy names, quality time to read Srimad Bhagavatam, quality time to hear about him. He will try to do all this as told by the spiritual master and his superiors. Is it not? But because we lack this desire, then all the problems in the spiritual life, they start. Small things become very difficult, like this. So now this Lalsamai prayer, in that he's saying, Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira. So he's saying that the moment I chant Gauranga, what happens? Pulaka sharira. Hari Hari bolite naina babindra. That when I chant Gauranga's name, suddenly Pulaksariya happens. My body starts shivering. So why saying like this is a beautiful kind of is contemplation and mood behind this. So what he says is, if one understand who is Gauranga, if one understand who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the moment he chants Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, Pulaka Sarira will happen. If he understand who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, in one place, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written one beautiful Mangala Charan glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Hetoy bapare navabhakti sasya vitate sanjeevani swagama rambe kama taprata dahadamani vishwapagolasini durani marusakrinopi sarasmi bhavaya bhuyata prabhu Sri Chaitanya Kripanirunkusham Mahamadhurya Kadambini. So before writing this Madhurya Kadambini, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is invoking his prayerful offering to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So very beautifully he's saying, Sri Chaitanya Kripa Nirunkush Mahamadhurya Kadambini. He's saying Sri Chaitanya Kripa and Nirunkush. Nirunkush means that there is no restriction to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Kripa. He is saying this. Nirunkush, unrestricted. Prabhu Sri Chaitanya Kripa, mercy of Lord Chaitanya is how? Nirankush, unrestricted. So he is defining Hriday Vapare Nav Bhakti Sasya Vitate Sanjeevani Swagamaham. Hriday Vapare means our heart. Now bhakti sasya. Now bhakti means naveda bhakti. Vitate sanjeevani. So there are three aspects of mercy of the Lord which he is saying there. So first aspect of the mercy of the Lord is he is saying is Hriday vapare now bhakti sasya vitate sanjeevani swagamaha. So here it is mentioned. These are three results of the mercy. The first one is he is saying three aspects of mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he's saying first aspect is, so he's saying like rain when it comes down. So in the start the rain will be small drizzling. Then it becomes more intense and finally it becomes very intense. So same way he's saying three aspects of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy. First aspect he's saying is when it is a small rain or not so intense rain. So that time what happens, he says is that this rain comes and this rain is a sanjeevani for Naveda Bhakti. And Hriday means is our heart where desires are. Right? So generally what happens is there is a land and the seeds are sown on the land and then the rain happens. And because of the rain, the seed inside the land, they grow, right? Now what he's saying here is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is like a rain which comes and falls on our heart, and our heart is a place where seeds are sown. And this particular rain, it nourishes what all seeds? This nourishes Naveda Bhakti seeds. That means because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are able to chant, read here. This is the first mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That it gives Sanjeevani, it's like a Sanjeevani to the seeds of ninefold of devotional service. But prior to that, he had told Nirankushaha. Generally, what happens, this is a very beautiful and important word. Generally, what happens when rain happens, rain comes. Two things are important prior to rain coming on the ground. So, what are those two things? First thing is the land should be fertile. Second thing is seed should be inside the land. Is it not? Suppose rain happens and if there is no seed, then although rain happens, but nothing will come out. Second is rain happens, but the land is not fertile. And what will happen? Although the seed is inside, but because land is not fertile, although rain is there, the seed will not be able to fructify. So he said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is such that when this rain comes, this mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, it gives the seed also, even if we don't have, and it makes the land fertile also. So actually, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, generally only those people would become devotees who already have seed of bhakti, who already have Avyas Sukriti, who already have done a lot of bhakti and practices in the past or in their previous life. But the beauty and glory of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that although someone who does not have any Avyas Sukriti, although someone whose heart does not have any devotional seed, but mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the seed, makes the heart fertile, and then showers the rain, which will make the seed grow. So actually, when we think like this, then we understand how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is playing such a big role in our life. It means for most of us, actually, we had no inclination for bhakti. None of us got up in our childhood and had attraction to go to temples. Very rare, is it not? Any of you who from your childhood had some attraction and you would like to go to temples? Very rare, correct? So most of us were busy in watching movies, playing cricket, or going to schools, and then cultivating our material desires. And with that idea, we came to colleges also. But you see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy gave that seed of bhakti also, made our heart also to some degree fertile. And then we find because of this mercy, it is growing. So this is the first aspect of mercy, which is a small rain, which he said. Then is now intense, more intense rain. What is this? So that he says is, this is the second aspect of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy. So he's saying, Kam tapartu daha dhamani. Blazing fire of desire is suppressed. So देखिए, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy is saying, it gives the seed of ninefold devotion service. And second aspect of mercy is that all other seeds in our heart, the seed of material enjoyment, the seed of material opulence, the seed of puja la pratishtha, all other seeds, they are suppressed. So bhakti lata seeds are given, they are made to nourish, and all other seeds are suppressed. And it is a fact, because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy, the moment we come, to some degree, we all can experience that my material desires have reduced. Is it not? How many of you feel that after practicing for some time, as all of you are, that to some degree my material desires have reduced? Please raise hand those who feel like this. Right? So most of you will find, everyone can experience that from the time I came in touch with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So to some degree, my material desires have reduced. So this is the second aspect of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. And then he is now saying the third aspect, that is Vishwa Apada Ulasini Duran me Maru Sakhino Api. This is Vishnu Chakri Thakur out of humility saying Duran me Maru Sakhino Api. Duran me Maru means मैं तो कहीं दूर तक भक्त बनने के उसमें नहीं था. Means I was far away from becoming a devotee of the Lord. But Vishwa Apaga Ulasini. तो ये थर्ड एस्पेक्ट ऑफ मर्सी है. थर्ड एस्पेक्ट ऑफ मर्सी जो है वो क्या है? दैट इज वेरी इंटेंस रेन. वेरी इंटेंस रेन, Vishnu Chakri Thakur is comparing. So what happens when too much rain happens and very intense rain happens? The rivers are overflooded. When the rivers are overflooded, any object comes in the river also without his desire overflows with river. So although the rivers are overflooded, but then they are flowing in the direction of a ocean. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, even those people who does not want to practice bhakti, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is such that it is dragging them towards the ocean, it is dragging them towards Krishna. Why? Because so much intense rain that rivers are overflooded. Sometimes you see a person, suppose river is overflowed, and somehow the person is trapped. So helplessly he is dragged by the river in one direction. So same thing Vishwanath Thakur is saying that in my case, I never wanted to be a devotee. I was so far off from becoming a devotee. But Mahaprabhu's mercy was such that I was dragged and then I was taken to the ocean, taken to the lotus feet of Krishna. So he's saying that when we understand this, that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful, and then Gauranga Bodhite Ave Pulaka Sarira. So when we chant this, then what will happen is Pulaka Sarira will happen. We'll have transcendental ecstasy. We will understand that we'll have a lot of humility and gratefulness like this. So when we know this, that how because of mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever we are able to practice is because of him. So then we have that humility while performing sadhana, and that will attract the grace of the Lord. Okay, so we'll end here for today. And Lakshman Bhu, you can remind me, we'll continue the same verse and we'll speak a little more on this sadhana,
Yes.
sadhya, and mercy of the Lord.
Okay.
Okay, now if anyone has some query, they can ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Prabhuji, you told that we lack in our bhakti because of lack of a strong desire. So how we can develop those strong desire in our bhakti, like to practice bhakti? For
Yeah,
material things
so
we have.
right. So in this Lalsami prayer, in the later part, this will be addressed. This question will be addressed. Okay. So next class, your question will be addressed. We'll discuss on this aspect. Yes, any other query?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, don't come.
Prabhuji, you told in class कि कैसे how humility attracts the Lord. But Prabhuji, जैसे ऐसा होता है कि our because of our health also we are not able to follow standards. तो हमें भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है. तो but फिर तो like standards तो follow नहीं कर पा रहे हैं प्रभु जी. भले मतलब थोड़ा हम्बल होने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं लेकिन फिर लगता है कि नहीं करूंगा. तो फिर उस केस में कैसे करना चाहिए प्रभु जी? इससे स्टैंडर्ड्स तो नहीं हो पा रहे ना फॉलो जैसे जितने साधना का एक्सपेक्टेशन है बिकॉज बाकी डिवोटीज का भी हमारे कुछ एक्सपेक्टेशन हो जाता है हमसे.
हाँ, तो देखिए क्या है जैसा हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था, when sincerely, humbly we are trying our best, then that pleases Krishna. See, modern culture is that I want to be best. Vedic culture is I am trying to be best. And Krishna wants to see second. We don't have to compare with other devotees. If we are sincerely trying, then Krishna will be happy and Krishna will give you happiness. And nothing is a barrier to attract mercy of the Lord, neither health nor any situation in our life. If we are humble, sincere, trying our best, and praying to Krishna, Krishna will give mercy.
जी बट एट द सेम टाइम ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि हम भी उसकी वजह से अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स ढीले भी कर सकते हैं तो उससे कैसे बचेंगे?
तो इसीलिए तो सिंसियरिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ना. सिंसियरिटी सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स में आप देखना, हिज होलीनेस राधानाथ महाराज एक ही लाइन बोलते हैं, जस्ट बी सिंसियर, जस्ट बी सिंसियर. एक जगह तो प्रभुपाद जी लिखते हैं, जस्ट बी सिंसियर, ऑल हेल्प विल बी अरेंज बाय कृष्ण. तो सिंसियरिटी तो हमें कल्टीवेट करना पड़ेगा. और वो कैसे कल्टीवेट करेंगे सिंसियरिटी और स्ट्रॉन्ग डिजायर, दैट विल डिस्कस मोर एलाबोरेटली इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. But we have to try our best to be sincere. So much Krishna has given us and done to us, and then that should help us to become more sincere. And more we'll discuss in the next class on these two things. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Sangar.
Prabhuji, like doubt means sometimes we hear no Prabhuji like in bhakti sadhana and sadhya are both same,
Yes,
and means we discussed that means in bhakti it's not necessary that always sadhana should lead to sadhya.
right,
In between mercy is there. If mercy comes, then it will. So
right.
means how to understand this?
So what happens is when it is told that sadhana, sadhya are not different. So what sadhana we are doing, that only becomes sadhya. Because those activities in one way are transcendental activities. But in a liberated stage, same things are sadhya. But how the sadhana will become sadhya, that is by the mercy of God. You understood?
Yes, please.
Mhm. So like now we may be getting up in the morning or chanting, that is sadhana. But then when mercy of the Lord comes, then that becomes sadhya. Then your goal becomes, Are Prabhu, I could chant the holy names of the Lord. It was so nice. I just want to keep chanting holy names of the Lord. What pleasure. ठीक है?
Yes, thank you.
Was it technical or it was understandable?
Understandable.
Okay. Okay, so we'll end here. Thank you very much. All the devotees. Prabhupada ki jai.